But no, seriously, we can turn almost anything into Christmas decor. So this was a whatnot. How cute is this Swan? We're gonna call it. Little, and it actually is a watering can. Isn't that hilarious? So we're going to make it into Christmas decor. Adding greenery, that sure will help. Though I'm gonna cut it down because, of course, it's way, you can't even see it in the frame. It's way too tall. Take some, this is very thick. Take some bolt cutters and cut it down. We're going to take some Dollar Tree floral foam and we're going to kind of stick it in there, give that greenery something to grab onto. That kind of helps fill that voided space up. Need all of it, and then we'll just start adding it in. Now that handle does not move, so we'll work around that. Spreading the little branches. Put it in tight enough. You don't necessarily have to worry about gluing it in place or anything like that, like it falling out. So just kind of play with it, fluff it to where you want it to be. I have a thing for the peppermint candy cane type of swirls, stripes. I think they're super fun. I think since this is white, I think in there just pipe cleaners. I ordered these off of Amazon, so I thought they would be fun. And the thing is if you don't glue them in, like after Christmas, you can take them out and just use it for winter decor. But once you start gluing everything in together, it's kind of, your house looks so bare after you take Christmas. Oh, hold on, let's not talk about taking Christmas down when we've only just begun. We can do a couple of them. A couple more. How many's too many? I never know when it comes to Christmas decorations. You just know when you know. And then to go with those, we have some candy canes. I told you, peppermints and candy canes. I love the swirl, that white. Even this rusty, crusty Swan planter can become fun little Christmas decor. Now, all this candy cane stripe stuff I got off of Amazon. And so now we're going to add, let me see, I don't know if that's the way I want it to be, or if I want, this is glittery. We're getting into the glitter season. Or if I want to put it like a little ribbon over the neck. You gotta kind of look at it sometimes, kind of, because I got a tail here. So let me see. Maybe go underneath his tail and then do one around. There you go. I'll do one because I like that stripe on him. We're going to go underneath his tail because it fits. We're going to do a little tie here, and then I'll do a bow around his neck. That's what I'll do. I love this adult version of playing. One of my favorite things to do this time of year. So we're going to go ahead and just, and I love wire ribbon because it's so easy to work with. Like that, we're going to cut off another piece. Go around that little guy's neck. Very even, sort of, kind of. Sometimes it'll stay without double knotting it. Sometimes it won't. I don't know. There was something about it being wrapped around his neck that I liked. There we go. And then I'm just going to cut a little slat following the pattern of this ribbon. Do they all have to be the same length? No, nobody said they did. I like the variance of them being all different sizes. And then to make it a little bit fuller and not to waste and throw this away, I'm just going to fold this. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue, and we're just going to kind of glue it into there. Well, like the Swan, you just kind of look for the colors that you consider Christmas. So this, even though it has blue, the major part of this is red. So I'm like, yeah, Christmas color right there. It doesn't have a lid. Didn't come with a lid, but it is an old lard can that is actually in pretty good shape. Love the thought of pairing Santa. Santa has the right hue of red. I love these old plastic face Santas. They're so super cute. And this one's in good condition too. So, but we're not going to just sit him in there. So we're going to fill it up. And even though I don't want to fill it up too much or he'll be too tall. He will be too tall. So we do want to put a little bit of the Dollar Tree floral foam in there. Towards the front. So my greenery has, there. So now he's a little bit taller. We can see his bag. We can see his hands. His feet are super cute still. So yes, he's so cute. Hi, Santa. Don't even, I thought, yeah, that's how they are. But he has cute little boots on. So Walmart had some beautiful greenery that I snagged up my local stores. So if you can't find the earlier piece I used on the duck was from Reagan House last year, so I don't know if you can find it or not, but we're going to go ahead and start stuffing that. And they don't put the price on anything anymore, so I can't tell you what it cost. So we just want to kind of fill it in with Santa in there. And I might have to use one of the taller ones from Reagan House to get, some height back here. So we'll see. So right now, I like that they were short and squatty and they filled it in. And it is perfectly okay. And I love to mix evergreens together anyway, but I need something a little bit taller for him. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. That'd be too tall. Cut it down just a little bit. Stick it in there. Kind of trying to weave it in between all the Walmart ones. If you fill it up, you don't have to worry about covering up that floral foam. So we have a lot of greenery going on here. We have red Santa, we have red here. So I think I'm going to add in, how do you add in bottle brush trees? But I have a couple bottle brush trees in red. I'm going to take them off their base, try to keep this as long as I can. Let's see if I can add these in or not. I wanted those stems to be able to kind of weave it in there. Pine cone fell off. I guess it doesn't need to be in there. Oh, that's cute. So sometimes you gotta do the squishing. Gotta do squishing. If the pine cones fall off, the pine cones fall off. They're just glued on there. Oh, I like a little bit of red with him. Now the white of the snow matches the white of his beard, where it's a little bit cream here, but his other little features are more cream. So you can add white in with that. So cute, super cute. But I do have some old jingle bells. Yep, it's got a little bit of damage, but all the bells are still there, and it's got that muted age color of that. And I thought I can probably weave that in right next to him. And that kind of covers up the damaged spot, but brings that color back in here. Getting to use all those little treasures that people kept and didn't throw away. I feel like I do need to put something over here to offset all that's going on over here. And I have the perfect thing to offset that. 25 register tag, y'all. I give you guys goodies. You help me with my addiction of shopping too much. Making content for y'all, and I will create with it and put them up for auction. Oh my gosh, there we go. So we sometimes you have to play because I moved it, but oh, so super cute. So see, I needed something else behind him to kind of tie everything together. Oh, look at I got this on a whatnot. I'm like, I don't even know what it is. Somebody used it as decor, but I'm probably going to take those off, the little shelf protectors, since we'll take those little, only because there's only 2 left on there. But I don't even know what it is salvaged from, but it is amazing blue color, and everybody's vibe is always a little bit different, you know. So, I mean, it's just an amazing salvage piece, but I'm like, I can put a ribbon around that. I can put some greenery in it, and it'd be super cute, because some people do blue. You know, some people aren't just the classic red and green of Christmas. They do their primitive colors. I picked these little stems up. Well, I had them sent to me from Factory Direct Craft. There's actually holes in here, so I'm going to see how that works. Though I'm not a fan of plastic pine cones, so I probably have some little pine cones if I want to add pine cones back in, but I mean, the greenery is already fake enough. Come on now. We don't need to add, there's a whole world that can pick up pine cones so easily. So anyway, so there's 3. So I'm just going to keep filling this up with some greenery. These are just little bitty stems. This, it looks like, and silly enough that it's all like, I don't think I have to cut anything down yet. But keep adding them in. I want this to be a piece that somebody can use afterward, you know, like I'm going to put the decorations in it, but then I'm also going to be able to use it in my decor year round without that in there. I don't know. I like things, I like them full. To lighten this up a little bit, because it's pretty dark, we're going to take some of the tallow berries, a little bit of hot glue, because I don't like the tallow berries. They're kind of on the heavy side. Break off some of their stems. Yes, this whole grouping can just be lifted out, because I didn't glue it into the bottom. You can leave it just as is. And put it away every year, or leave it out. You can leave your Christmas decor out all year if you want. It's your house. You do you. That is very pretty with all that white popping in there. We need the light. I don't know. I'm going to check to see if I should add the pine cones back in or not. I don't know. They make that third element in there. I think these are, I don't know, dollar store, Hobby Lobby. So there's someplace, some crafting place. But yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and add some real pine cones since I took the fake ones out. I think I got all of them. Forgive me if I left one behind. I don't see any at the moment. That is so pretty now. I think now it just needs a ribbon. I think we have all the elements in there. And because it's such a dark wood, I ordered this Merry Christmas ribbon. I love that it had the tattered sides to put a bow on, a little ribbon. I don't know if I'm going to do a bow, but we will add that in there, though. I don't know. There's something about that tattered, especially when you're using salvage. Then I'll just kind of figure out where I want to cut, preferably not in through the Merry Christmas, but I like it kind of laying down on your surface. I can only do one side that way, y'all. Yeah, see, I like it like laying down that way. like this little thing, though some of the, like when I wiped it off because it was a little dusty. I got this on a whatnot, and I'm like, oh, it is already green, though. I'm going to do a little bit of distressing on it, just because it's kind of rough texture. Because I'm a feel person. I just am. So just some 220 sandpaper. I know it's Christmas decor, but since that piece came off, I'm like, I'm not going to try to glue it back on, but I can distress it to go. I'm just going to take the drawers out. And I kind of want to fill the drawers up, so I'm probably going to have to hot glue those in place. Since I'm going to be sticking the drawers out, I wanted to see if I could blend that little paint in on the side. And which way did the drawer? I know that I took the drawers out. I think they had a certain way that needed to go. I think one was a little bit on the short side. Is that it? I think that's it. I think that's it. Doesn't really matter, because to have them stay open, you can see how they tip. But if I glue it down, because I want to fill it with some yummies, because this 3 little drawers is a little, we're making it an impermanent. This one's going to be permanent Christmas decor. So I'm just going to take some hot glue. I guess if you really want to work at it to take it apart, you can. When I put insert, I'm going to go high, and then I'm going to push on it. Sense why I wanted to kind of blend that in, right? Well, it's stuck there now. It's got a good little grab already. Right, that was that one. And that was that one, right? I guess it doesn't matter, because I'm going to be leaving them open, so. Just enough to slip some little, go high, and then tip it in there. I have my plan. I have my plan already. Okay, I've got them glued on now. It's time to fill it up. So I have this the little Bible, and it just fits, and I'm going to glue it. We're making this permanent, and I'm going to glue it into that spot, because I didn't put anything inside the drawers to lift anything up. So it just fits. So I want to make sure we see the wording. No. I do have a 25. So we're just going to kind of like fill this up. This is like probably from a little kid's register, cash register. Just crisscrossing my whites. I think it's there. Now my little elf is not as white as everything, but it'll be okay, because we'll forgive him. He probably was really white. So I wanted to be able to cover up that damage up there. And I like the thought of this is his little trinket box where he's hiding, his little treasures at Christmas time. Though I know everybody doesn't like when you kind of have to like glue them in place a little bit. Hot glue is pretty forgiving. So I think I'm just going to put him right in that place. It's going to be right into the corner. And then I'm going to see what other little skinny things I have to fill up these drawers. I have some of this. I have a lot. Oh, I think it's just one whole strand, probably to go on a little tree. I don't even see the end. Well, we're just going to have it trundling anyway. So I'm going to kind of stuff it into that top one. Gotta get our red in here now. Hopefully I left enough room. I thought I did. I wanted it to be wanted to force it in there, but I didn't want it to be able to come out so easily. So talk to it nice. Hold on. There, I got it in there. We'll just use another little, use what you have. They're supposed to be misfits, right? So I'm going to cut some of it off, probably cutting right in the middle. But like I said, I couldn't find the start to this. Probably didn't work as hard as I should have at it, but okay, I kind of have that where I think it'll stay. I did put a little drop of glue there, a little drop of glue up there. I do like that. And I have some shiny, glittery trees that match that. So I was going to see if I could have a couple coming out, take them off the base. Maybe shake the bejeebies out of them. These things are so glittered. I'll try to take most of the glitter for you. What? 2 different sizes would be nice. Now, just because I thought it was, so we'll see if it works. Oh, it's the glittery time of year. I might have to lay that down so I can work on it. So a little tree, that's nice because they're bendable. Probably regret putting the hot glue on there right yet, but it's going to be in there now. I like the trees. I feel like I need to try to bend that wire a little bit. That way it's not pulling up a little too much. I don't know. I like the thought of the different trees sizes. Trying to put the hot glue on the front of the wire. So when I stick it in here, and hopefully making contact with the box. We're giving it a good try. And then bend that little towards the back a little bit. Because I think if I try to hot glue that down, I don't necessarily think it's going to stay hot glued down. I'm trying to decide, should I give him a tree? Do you need a tree up there to kind of put all the trees together? What size of tree would you like, little guy? That one I don't think I want the bases though. My vacuum's going to get overtime here, isn't it? I think I can make a whole bottle of glitter by the time I'm done. Pull these down because that'll give the glue something to glue onto. Hopefully it does not melt them. Yep, it's going to melt them. Some of them it melts, some of it doesn't melt. So okay, we're going to squash him right in behind him. And I'll probably put something right there, probably another tree. Take his little base off. See how much glitter I can get off of him. I have this Merry Christmas. I think it needs a green element up here. And I love, we've got the 25, we've got the Bible. And I think like him kind of holding it. We've already glued him, y'all. Don't come at me. Somebody's going to have the cutest little decor. You're not going to get it to stay without doing that, though. And then in the baggie that I bought that, it had these little sparkly little ornaments. So I was going to see if they would slide in here a little bit. Because why not? They were in there. hangers that since they do look okay, I'm going to go ahead and snip that little hanging piece off, and then a little bit of glue, try to hold them in place. Is this even what you thought you envisioned what I was going to do with this little thing? Because I only had 3 of them, I might as well fit this one in there somewhere. Oh, I love the thought of the star. Wait, there was more in the baggie. It was a little baggie I bought out of somebody's booth. They had these little plastic flowers. I think I can glue those on, and then to bring that gold element from his bell, from this, and then I'll just cut off one of these little beads. Hey, go big or go home, right? I guess it's not big by any means. But my thought process is I might as well use that little $6 baggie I bought up in somebody's booth. I'm glad I didn't go to the landfill and that I could create with it. The whole point is this little guy's got a lot of little treasures. Oh, this is not going to be easy. Well, it makes it a little bit easier to push down. Okay. Take what we can get. This had a little blue one in it. Though I'm sorry, I don't want the blue. I don't, the blue. Oh, there's 2 in here. Ah. Oh, look how old that was. It's a mercury bead. Don't worry. I won't just throw it out. I always say, if you can envision more, then do more. And don't burn your hands. I couldn't help myself when I saw this old lunch pail. Oh my gosh, the rusty, crusty goodness. You know, how many things you can stick in there. It almost stays open. It may need a little help. So I have a little bit sun faded, a little bit worn, flocked Santa. Though when I put him in here, he kind of just like goes down. So I'm just going to use a piece of Florafoam to lift him up. And he's just, you know, not too much taller, not too much shorter than the lid. But I feel like I need to cover something up there. So I'm going to take him back out. I have a doily, which I think is kind of the same hue of his coloring. And we're just going to lay it over there. There's just something about doilies. We get to have those things living on. And because of him being faded, it's kind of hard to match. But y'all know we find these guys out and about, and they're old, and they didn't make them, you know, sun resistant like they do stuff now. So I have this, and as soon as I put it with him, the colors of the red were there. This red and that red. So it's all about matching up the red colors. And I just absolutely loved it. And I'm like, and then I played and played and played, which is hard to do backwards for you all, of what to put with it. And I think, you know, and I'm like, you know what? Sometimes you know when it's done. Like nothing else looked good. When I stage it for you, it'll look better when I see it. But sometimes you just leave it as be. You know, I thought it is so super cute. You got Merry Christmas, you got Santa, you got 4 elements together that are working just as is. So thanks for hanging with me as I work on some super simple, I think they were pretty simple and fun Christmas decor assemblies. We are all prepping, getting ready. Either some of us have started or some of us are still in the thought process of how we all want to put it together. But this is a good way to take those thrifted finds, those finds that you found, and create a little bit of a gathering of them. So when you get to do your decor, you know exactly what you want to put together and where you want, maybe where you want to put it. So thanks for watching. We can see you next time, and you can see what I'm crafting. Bye.